everyone, Alexa here from the blog, theduvallhomestead.com, and today I want to share with you a simple handmade farmhouse Thanksgiving tablescape. I can't believe it is already almost Thanksgiving. I feel like I was just doing my fall home tour a few weeks ago. I don't know about you, but I feel like the holiday season from fall all the way through the end of the year is kind of very quick with one holiday right after another. And it's so important to stop and slow down and think about each holiday on its own. Halloween, fall time, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. I was already starting to plan my Christmas decor, and then I was like, wait a second, let me just get some Thanksgiving decor up first, just so that I can wrap up that kind of fall season before I transition into winter. So I hope this tutorial gives you some tips and easy ways that you can create some Thanksgiving decorations, wrapping up that fall time, enjoying the fall time, and putting a nice cap on that season before you go into full-blown Christmas mode. So the first step to making this Thanksgiving tablescape was to put down a table runner. Now, as you can see, our farmhouse table is kind of a dark brown, so I like to bring in lighter colors to just contrast it. With that being said, the beiges, the creams, whites, all look really pretty on this table. And then for Thanksgiving, I wanted to create that cornucopia kind of look with a whole bunch of squashes and pumpkins and corn, and so I actually just went around my house and picked up a lot of the Halloween decorations I already had out. So for Halloween I had pumpkins everywhere and squashes, and so I took those down and just put them right on the table and made a nice little display. It's really like a celebration of the harvest, right? So it kind of makes you feel like you're sitting down and you are just looking at the bounty that the season has brought you. There is sanding going on in the garage right now, so that's the background noise if you can hear it. We are working on a new bed frame. My husband and I are working on building a king-size bed frame for our bed because we have to transition from a queen to a king now that we've started our family. So more on that later, but that's what's the noise outside. In fact, after this video, I'm gonna go right out there and help him. Then I brought in some taper candles. These are collected. I started a vintage candle collection last Christmas. I thrifted several different candle holders that all have that brass vintage feel, which just complement this table really well and are perfect for the holidays. I was gonna wait until Christmas to bring them out, but I thought they would be perfect for Thanksgiving. And I got some really nice beeswax taper candles. Now, a little tip, if you have taper candles, make sure you get the right width. Sometimes the candles on Amazon, I've had this happen before, are so thin that you put them in your taper candle and they just fall over. So you gotta get the thicker ones. And I'll leave a link below this video to the ones I'm using here. And in the center, I chose eucalyptus and some red flowers. I absolutely love eucalyptus at this time of year. It smells so good. It really smells the house up. I've actually had this up for about a week now, and I can smell the eucalyptus every time I walk in the room. And it really is a kind of flower that does not die. It takes a really long time for it to really die, and it just kind of dries out, so you can keep it for a long time. It's always a toss-up for me to decide between buying faux flowers or real flowers. Obviously, real flowers are more expensive and they die, which is the worst part about them. But the better part is that they look so much better. Of course, they smell great. They're good for your air, and there's just nothing better than the real thing. But I think for Christmas, I might do some faux arrangements because I want those to last a really long time and not look dead by New Year's, because I usually keep my Christmas decorations up through New Year's. But for this tablescape, I think these will last a good 2 weeks at least, so I went with real for that. Then I brought in these mason jar glasses for each person. Now I only set this table for 4, even though this table can fit, I think, 6 to 8. They're really nice glasses. They have a handle on them and they are mason jar-like. The only thing I don't like about them is they are in wide mouth, but for sipping and just water, they're perfect. For each table setting, I laid down a frayed cotton napkin before the charger. Now, this probably isn't textbook, but I think it looks pretty because it adds layers to the table, which I think is really important to do. I personally like the table to look very cozy and textured and layered. So I started with the cotton napkin, and then I did the charger, and then I did the plate. And these plates are perfect for Thanksgiving. I think I got them on Amazon, but I'm not sure. I'll check, and if I find the link for them, I'll leave it below. But the color, they have They have sunflowers on them in like a faded sepia color. Perfect for fall. And then on top of the plate, I put a handmade napkin. Now, this napkin is going to be on my blog at decor.homestead.com. It is the first sewing project that I'm actually sharing on my blog. I am kind of a new sewer, and so I haven't had a whole lot of confidence to share a sewing project, but it's actually so much easier than I thought it was going to be. So I figured, if I think this is easy and I can do it and I'm not really a professional sewer, then you can too. What I like about these napkins is that they are double-sided. So I used two fabrics. I used a dark brown and then I used this plaid. And so either one can go on top of the table, depending on if you want a solid color or a plaid. I personally like the plaid to show. And then I just fold them in a triangle and then bring the corners inside and then wrap them with twine and then place the silverware in the middle, and it creates a little bit of a placeholder for the silverware on top of the plate. The other good thing about doing the napkins double-sided is that I always like to have something handmade on the table, and so this year I decided to do a double-sided reversible napkin. I love these napkins because they're really thick. Since they have 2 layers of cotton, they don't feel flimsy, they definitely feel durable, and I can wash them and reuse them. I think I'll make a few more after this video. Thank you so much for joining me for this farmhouse Thanksgiving tablescape. I hope you enjoyed the handmade elements, the fresh flowers, and the harvest feel with all of the pumpkins and vegetables and squashes. For the tutorial on how to make the reversible napkins, click the link below this video. I'll also have a blog post written up for it. I try to make it really easy and simple with links to everything so that you don't have to look for fabrics or materials. It's all right there. If you're brand new to my page, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and like on Facebook. Every week I post a new farm-to-table recipe and homemade natural living, sometimes twice a week on the blog at theduvallhomestead.com. Thank you so much for stopping by the Duvall Homestead.